Hi, guten dagen. My name is Alise. Welcome to my place, and here is warm and cozy. I'm recording this from north of Iceland, where spring has finally came, and I'm sharing with you first of all these beautiful flowers which I managed to grow myself. This spring I'm especially happy about hyacinthus. This one is cream white. I have them in purple, white and this cream white, 3 colors. It is very difficult, by the way, to grow flowers and anything else outside in Iceland, especially up north, just because of the weather. Yes, and happy spring! All right, if you are new here, I would say then I am new as well. This is only 4th episode. I'm promising then today I will try to record it shorter, to speak a little bit faster, because last episode I think was too long and too difficult to watch, to keep an interest on that. So my blog is about knitting 99%, but sometimes I do touch another crafty sides of my life as well. Of course, we cannot avoid talking about just life, just real people life. I decided to record today in a little bit different part of my house. I got some questions about in my first episode I was saying then, yeah, I love to knit, but I also like to renovate, restore old pieces of furniture. So I'm sitting now just in front of this big wooden box. It's huge. It's very old, which I found. It belongs to our family, to my husband's family, and I found this piece of furniture in our old house and took care of that, as well as this painting. As you can see, it's painted by me, but it's original. So the old one was scratched, and yeah, when we were polishing the box, it came off, of course. So I managed to take a picture of the original one painting before we did I did a renovation, and afterwards I painted it myself. Yeah, so it's this is something I love to do as well. Especially it has a huge value if it comes from your family. So yeah, in other episodes I would show you something else, but this is which I really like. So let's talk about knitting. I'm wearing a cropped sweater, which I've already talked about or showed to you in the previous episodes when I was working on that. So it's ready, it's done. I can show you. The idea was to make it cropped, but after blocking it came a little bit longer than I have expected. So I think ideally it would be so short, because I have pockets here and I would like such a short, but I don't mind. This is for myself. I love the sleeves. It's just a straight sleeves, and yeah, it is drops brushed alpaca and cotton merino. It's very airy, but also quite warm sweater for summer, of course, when it is chilly weather or like Icelandic summer. So yeah, it's quite cool. I'm very happy about that. All right, this pattern I have been deriving myself. It's a simple raglan, but if you are not very skilled knitter and you prefer to knit most of all from the patterns or by the pattern, so I could recommend you a pattern from Caidree. She offers the same with a longer sleeve. I believe you can vary it with the sleeve lengths as well as the sweater lengths. But her version is a round yoke, so with no raglan lines. But it looks absolutely the same, I would say. All right, so I have one more finished object, and this is the set of a hat, which you already seen, but I have managed to finish a cardigan a couple of days ago. So it's nice. It's nice. It is cardigan which I have knitted flat, so without sticking, and I've used as a background yarn for the yoke Noro Silk Garden, and I did some patterns, some small pattern with Lettlopi leftovers. All right, I have been distracted a little bit. My husband is at home and he wanted to speak to me some questions. All right, so I wanted to speak in the end about this wonderful yoke where the Noro, I think, tells it all, makes the full effect of the yoke. So this is just an idea for you how you can use multicolored or self-striped yarn as a background for the yoke, and with some contrasty yarn you can make some color work, or actually it would be just beautiful even without color work, because Noro is beautiful. Noro is very special, and I do believe that, well, a lot of yarn is like Noro, but I'm a huge fan of Noro, and nothing is like Noro. Nothing is like Noro. If you are a fan of Noro, please write your comment. Which Noro type is your favorite? I'm in love now with the Silk Garden. So yes, it is nice. You can see those silky particles are sticking a little bit out. I mean, it's always an adventure to knit with Noro. Yeah, I would appreciate your comments about love for Noro. All right, so last episode I was sharing my story about the overall pattern which I'm working on and trying to publish. All right, so I got a lot of compliments from new viewers. Thank you for that. I wanted to show you this time again. I made this version of the overall by the same, let's say, style. Yeah, but it's a set of two nice pants, baby pants, and cardigan with a hood. And this is the problem which I'm not publishing writing the pattern because of those strings. Especially this hoodie has, by my opinion, very practical thing. 2 strings. One is around the hood, so you can pull those and use a hood instead of the hat. And another one is around the neck. Yeah, but I already spoke about this not kids or baby friendly elements in last episode. So yeah, this set will be improved by removing these elements around the neck and face. So, and will be published. This one is not tested yet. This will be published as yeah, better version, you know, friendlier version for babies. Cute. It's very cute. This is Faroe Island wool. Navia, yeah, in nice like oatmeal color. Yes, and very simple color work for the shoulder part. It's tiny and delicate, which is of course always good for babies, and matching pom-pom in a light gray color. Yeah, this one set is made for 3-6 months baby, and have this folded cuffs, and as well as pants have this folded cuff, so it can, you know, work a bit longer probably. Yeah, short rows for the back of the pants and lower inseam, so it has quite nice room for the diaper. And also I have stitched here a very interesting buttons. It's a horn buttons, so all natural. I like it. Definitely would choose these garments for my baby, but I don't have a small baby at the moment, and yeah, all my kids are big. But someone is expecting in our family, and of course I wanted to make some gifts, and I wanted to make something really interesting, something creative. People who are waiting for a baby, they're waiting for a girl. They are young, they are very creative themselves, and yeah, she likes to make pictures and videos. She's also on Instagram. So I was really thinking what to make, and we're searching, and you know, the idea was straight away about the baby blanket. But it's not interesting just to need a regular baby blanket, right? So I found one interesting pattern by SPUD CHLOE, and it is a leaf blanket. You see, such a cute, such a fun blanket. So I did one myself. This reminds me like a pea baby, like small cocoon, and yeah, I was thinking about the color choice, but I decided to go with the green. Oof, this green is looking so dark on a screen, but actually it's a real juicy green color. Okay, let's try to show it. Yeah, now it's better. It's really nice green, very rich green color. Yeah, it's a thick merino wool, don't ask me about the name because I used some from my stash, and it's, you can see this is it is a leaf shape basically, with interesting tails, so you can put a baby inside the leaf, in the center of the leaf, and then wrap it. As I told you, I don't have a baby at the moment, but I'll just try to show you with the doll. I have a realistic doll, I think they call reborn, so don't be afraid, it's not a baby, it's a doll. It is a doll. So this blanket has a button, and also this long tail is like securing the legs of the baby in some via some loop. So it's cute. It's cute. I think it's so good for the baby photo props, and it's very interesting. Yeah, so like a small bambino. Yeah. So it's very interesting. And of course, when the baby is bigger, so you can just use it. I mean, not wrapping baby in, just like a throw. Yeah. And this button I put on some it's not a rope, but linen thread. So it's not sewed, but because just, you know, you can move this just by untying. You can move this button how tight you want to wrap the baby, or after the baby is grew enough, so just remove it without cutting anything. So yeah, it's very good idea. So I will write in the comments down below, in the information down below, the name of this pattern, and I really recommend it. It's a fast knit. It's a beautiful gift for anyone who is expecting, or maybe you are expecting, so I really recommend such an interesting knit. All right, so I'm trying to make it faster today. And also last time I did a mistake. I wasn't drinking anything while I was talking, so my throat was completely dried after that, so I made myself a small cup of tea at least to drink. Yeah. By the way, you can find me, more of me, my creations on Instagram. My address is also down below. And yeah, if you like my podcasts, please give me a thumb and subscribe. Thank you. All right, so now we are going into works in progress. So last time I was talking about I'm planning to do another shawl from my dyed wool, and mixing it with mohair, and I was offering maybe we can organize some knit along. I do not know what would be the name, and I just want to show you that I have started, and actually I fell in love with this process of knitting, and I did quite a lot of knitting this shawl. Just a moment, I have to place a little bit different the stitches because I am somewhere in the end of the row. I've made a good progress. You see, it is something very similar like sweater I'm wearing now. It feels in reality better probably than it looks on a screen. You see, I'm already done with 1, 2, 3 colors, and I'm starting over the 4th blue panel. I think I'm a little bit short with wool, but I have this amount and I do not have any more, so it's very addictive knitting. So once again, I would like to invite you to knit along, knit with me. I will make some small episode exactly about this triangular shawl, so with my explanation how I do that, how I knit that. But first of all, I need to know, is someone interested about this, or is just I'm knitting that? But it's okay, it's okay. And also I thought then like this would be more interesting process. I can arrange some gift, let's say, for those people who are knitting this with me. Let's say Icelandic wool would be interested, so would be interesting probably. I would like to know what kind of wool you are thinking more about, the lace weight or the DK or the chunky one. So we have plenty of good wool in Iceland, yeah, and it's available for me. So it would be on me. Whenever you live, I will send you a package from me. Yeah, but you need to knit. All right, so this is a work in progress. I am afraid that I will be finishing it soon. All right, but I have something else. I'm working now on Icelandic sweater. It's a Lettlopi wool, classic Lettlopi wool. It's not so easy now to work with such a rustic wool when you know the spring is in full speed. Of course, my brain are thinking about some summer knits, something more airy. That's why I was so happy to knit the shawl. But yeah, I am knitting this mostly in the evenings, and this will be a Ridari sweater. I'm not using a chart for that because I have knitted many of Ridaris. This will be in a little bit different color combination. It's a teal or Lagoon. I think they call the number of the wool is Lagoon, but I can tell you the number is 1405. It's a teal color. Yes, so probably next time I will show how it's turned. It's a large size. Yeah, I know this pattern from my head, but I don't really like to knit this pattern because in many rows it has 3 threads. So yeah, I'm not using any ring for my colorwork knits. I'm just, you know, laying like on the strings with left hand, but yeah, sometimes my wool is tangling a lot, so it's always more pleasant to knit with 2 strings of wool in the round. I better like to change the colors, yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm a big fan of the ferile, so they usually have these 2 threads, but a lot of ends in the end you need to weave in, but it's okay. But it's okay. It's okay. But by the way, there are some techniques how to knit with no ends. Actually, there are no magic. You just weave the ends while you are knitting, yeah, in the process. So, and then your knitting is nice, neat, and no ends you need to weave after. Yeah, of course it takes some extra time during the knitting, but yeah, but I do sometimes like this, and sometimes I don't care about the ends because I am knitting so many of those color works. For me, it's not annoying to weave the ends. I'm very happy when the knitting is done, so I want it to be nice and pristine and so nice, and I want to weave the ends as quick as possible and block and show, or give it to the person the garment is made for. Yeah, so, and talking about summer knits and summer, of course it's combing with the worth of cotton wool, and I have casted on another baby blanket. Yeah, because I want to give not only this thick merino wool blanket, but I wanted to make also something lighter for hot summer days, and I just casted on popcorn stitch blanket. I'm making it in, I don't know how many centimeters it is, but it's quite big, so I believe then after blocking it will be big, but this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So it's quite thin wool, for me at least, or comparing to that merino wool. It's king coal, very budget friendly, cotton soft, DK, color 711 in Akureyri, so like off or creamy white. Yeah, I had this wool, it's not wool, I had this yarn, by the way. Yeah, it is 100% cotton, 220 yards or 210 meters in 100 grams. I think 1, 2, 3, something about 5 balls I had, but something was frocked and I'm not sure. But the idea is I will just knit all those 5 balls in this blanket, and that's all. Finito. Because I don't have this wool anymore. I think I saw it in a store, but I haven't noticed this Ecru color. But yeah, we'll see. No pattern for that, just a popcorn stitch, which is cute. It was very popular many years ago, but I think it's still very, very actual and cute and simple, so yeah. Oh, just a moment, one more interesting thing. I have a lot. Knitting never ends in this house, never. Never. So sure, I want to make something with cotton for myself, and also I have an idea after going through my stash. Then I need to use as much as I can the yarn from my stash, because I have, not gems, not super cool or expensive yarn, no, but there are there are a stash which I want to use. So I found a big box with 100% cotton from Drops, and it is Drops Paris. Well, I've been ordering this yarn, I think last spring, probably last spring, yes, via internet shop, and it was very good price, was on discount. So it was very cheap, let's say, yeah, and comes in a very wide color palette. So I just picked this and that, but when I received this yarn, I was like disappointed, because for my understanding, it's more for kitchen cloth making. So it's not very, let's say, aesthetic look yarn, but I don't need kitchen clothes, you know, knitted, so I don't want to spend the time to make kitchen clothes myself. So it's definitely not for me, and I don't need so many. So I put all those balls in different colors one day on the floor, and just sew then the most of the balls I have in this color, and it is color 39 wasabi. It really looks like wasabi, and just cast it on, and you know what, I cannot stop, because it comes in a crazy stripes. It's a crazy stripes, you see. It's a simple raglan. I cast it on 100 stitches, then I made a raglan lines, and then I split it for sleeves. It's quite heavy because it has 75 meters and 50 grams, yeah, and it's pure cotton, so it's quite heavy. I can show you that I made a small button, just decorative, yeah, because the neckline is quite, it's not very wide, but it's okay. So I don't use a button for pulling it over, but just for, I have some idea where to put something, these buttons else. So it's the same straight, a little bit longer sleeve like I have in this sweater. So just mixing different shades of the same Paris, like turquoise. This is, I think, hibiscus, opal green, purple, mauve, yeah, and something like light blue. Yeah, so, and I don't know how long I will be interested in that knitting, but it's a quick knit. I'm making this quite oversized, so with quite a lot of positive ease, and the idea, well, initial idea was to make some sweater or tunic, but why not to make a dress? I have plenty of yarn. And it's nothing to count, nothing to, you know, to look in a chart. It's just happy stripy knitting, and it's easy to take with and just knitting around. Yeah, so I I want to finish another sleeve, then I will try on. I have been trying it already, so I haven't found yet. Do I want just a straight silhouette or a little bit A shape, or I want, you know, to increase a lot of stitches somewhere like higher than my waistline. Yeah, and then need, like, you know, to make it more puffier. But I think it could be very happy and stylish piece of clothing. My dogs are going around me, so you can hear their nails against the parquet. So yeah, so I lost my thought. So I'm still thinking about the silhouette for the dress, if I would be interested yeah, to knit this piece, you know, longer and make it longer. So I am inviting you to, or encouraging you to use your stash yarn and knit with it. Knit with it. Today or tomorrow, just cast on and see. What is the reason to keep those yarn in the boxes? Yeah, so I do not think I have any purchases, but I wanted to show you one book, which you probably, many of you know. I went to library one day and got this book, 52 Weeks of Shawls. Many knitting podcasters were showing this is nothing new. Yeah, this is nothing new. I don't know when it is published. When it is published, 2019, so it's nothing new. But yeah, I have seen that many of knitters were making different shawls from this book. I've seen yeah, the outcomes were very nice, and you know, it's interesting that every one of us picking something special from that book. So I went through all the patterns and I fell in love with one shawl. Really, I fell in love with one shawl. I can show you what is it, and this is my plans. I'm not sure when I can cast it on, and actually I even have a wool for that, because I want to make it with wool. The shawl is number 18 and it calls Wildflowers. I'm gonna come a little bit closer to show you Wildflowers. It's amazing. Oh, it's wildflowers, and I like them. The shawl is just a rectangular. It's not triangular as I always knit. But I've been telling them I'm a quite bad pattern reader, but in this case we have charts, and I will use charts, and there is all information, of course, about the wool and about the amount of the wool you need, and the small fringes I like in the ends. Yeah, so I'll make copies of this pattern and we'll put it on my knitting list. I am surprised that again I did it for 40 minutes. Endless talking, but you know, I like the idea of this podcast, and of course you can see then my English is not so perfect, but I want definitely to improve my English, and it is very good way how to talk, to record. Of course, then I will listen to myself and criticize myself. But I think every next time we are learning, and we are, trying to do it better. So yeah, for me it's a good option how to improve my language, because I have never made any podcast or listened to myself for, let's say, 40 minutes from the screen. Yeah, I'm not talking about what I'm thinking about looking at myself. This is another story. But yeah, it's for me, I'm using English, let's say, every day here in Iceland. We are working in a multicultural team. We use English a lot, but this is another type of English. This is medical English, and believe me, it's much more easy for me to talk medical language, medical English or whatever, Icelandic, than the knitting language. It has different names for everything. So we live and we learn. I live and I learn as well. Okay, thank you for your watching. I'm showing you my small achievement this spring again, and on this lovely note, I'm saying you bless, goodbye, see you next time. Our town, Akureyri, north of Iceland, capital of Northern Iceland. Well, it's a good place for sightseeing. And probably some whales are already here.
One was jumping out of the water and then submerging again.
Yeah, and
earlier today.
our house is there, in that small village 10 kilometers from Akureyri.